All right, for this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make a clipping path. So for our snowboard designs in particular, you might do something like this, like I've done. I've created this really cool pattern, but it goes beyond the edges of my snowboard. And that's okay because you can basically do a cookie cutter technique on top of your pattern and just whoop, chop right out all the bits you want and hide everything along the edges that you don't want very, very, very easily. So in order to do that, you need to start with your totally completed design. It's way easier to do this after you've finished your design. I obviously haven't yet, but I can go back and tweak it, no big deal. But for you guys who are beginners, it's easier to just finish everything and then do your clipping path right at the very end. And then you don't have to worry about going back in and double clicking and going into isolation mode, and it's just more trouble than it's actually worth. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have all of your layers unlocked that you want to clip. So in this case, here's all my rectangles that I've grouped together. So that's my group of rectangles for my pattern. And then this other shape here is my snowboard. Now, if I create a clipping path with this yellow snowboard right here, it's actually going to turn transparent, and what's going to happen is I'm not going to have yellow anymore. It's going to go away. So what I actually need to do is duplicate this. So I can just take this layer down and drag it over my new layer option. It's going to duplicate my yellow snowboard. Now, you want to put that into a snowboard sandwich. So it should go snowboard, everything you want to mask is in the middle, and then your other snowboard, which is going to be behind everything. And what's going to happen is this top layer is just going to go mash down on the pattern and chop off everything along the sides here. Everything out here is going to go away, or it's going to get hidden. So to do that, you want to select the top snowboard layer, or whatever's object shape is on the top. Hold the shift key, select everything you want to mask or hide with this path. So you're going to have at least 2 layers selected. So your pattern and the shape that it's masking. Then you're going to go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make, and done. That's it. That's all it does. And then you have this nice clipping mask. Now, let's say you wanted to go back in and continue to fill rectangles or squares. So in my case, to do that, I can just double click and see how it sends me into isolation mode here. And I can use my direct selection tool to select individual rectangles. And then we use, see, and I for my eyedropper. And I can just continue to, select colors. And notice, as I get to the shapes along the side, part of it shows and part of it doesn't, because this is outside of my clipping mask and this is inside of my clipping mask. So that is how you create a clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator.